Thank you. We're having very productive conversations here. And Mr. Chowdhury, I just wanted to ask some questions. You were mentioning you are always working with the many different teams. So can you elaborate on how you collaborate with different teams? I know you mentioned, there's the automation team, dev team, cybersecurity, networking teams, etc., business unit. How do you collaborate with them, especially for the larger cross-team projects? And how do you ensure smooth communication and coordination, which are very important? If you could just tell us about that.
Yeah, that's a very tough job and very tough questions as well. So yeah, there are a lot of teams could be involved in your application, in your projects. Like in my experience, I have to work with the automation team. So automation team is something they are creating PowerShell script, they're creating some Ansible script, and the other automation side. And my team, DevOps team, in our DevOps team, we also have developers. So those developers know the application. We have some QAs, not the dedicated QA team. So dedicated like for QA quality testing, they have dedicated QA team. They have performance testing. So when a application passed the QA testing and they wanted to go live, before they wanted to go live, they create an environment which is called performance environment. So they just wanted to perform. Let's say I at the same time I wanted to um, use like the code, not the code. I wanted to give some performance testing, which is causing like 1,000 people are trying to log in at the same time, or 10,000 people, based on the application or based on the company. So if 10,000 people are trying to reach out the application, how this application is handled? Is the infrastructure large enough? Is it scaled what we are expecting? Is it give you like a good, very good latency, or is it like give you the latency what you are expecting? And of course the monitoring is, also comes into the picture, like how you gonna monitor whatever happening inside your server, inside your application. How do you know? Because there should be some monitoring agent monitor what's happening inside your application and server, right? And monitoring engineers are analyzing those things. So yeah, is I would say sometimes is very difficult and sometimes is very easy, because not all the people are same minded, right? So in my current example, I have a difficulties with one other teams, which is their QA teams. So they don't wanted to go to the details. They just wanted to test, right? That's what they're doing. And there is a lot of fighting happening between the team, because they don't know the automation, they don't know how is IAC work, they don't know how Azure works, right? They just say, okay, this is what is we are expecting, this is not happening. They don't know the exact reason why it's not happening, so they have to come with us. They have to work with us, and it's very difficult because they said, okay, since you were running this application, we tested this functionality is not working, but they don't know why it's not working. So as a DevOps engineer, we have to find the root cause and we have to solve this problem. So day basis, we have to work with different team. I would say it's not very easy job. Like handling the technology is easier to handle the peoples. So, so I would say it's very difficult, and you always have to be, uh, how do I say? Like you always have to be open-minded. You always have to be positive-minded. Okay, they said something, don't take it seriously. Maybe they are not having a good day. Maybe they're not having a good conversation. Maybe they don't understand. You have to just explain them. Okay, this is what I wanted to achieve. Like tell me why you were stuck, where you were stuck, so then I can help you. So that's how a good conversation can solve the problem. Not something like, okay, this QA team doesn't know what we are trying to do, I'm going to my manager, I'm started complaining. Those blame game not work in the real real world.
So yeah, I think I want to just add a little bit. So he mentioned, right, the I just said it before. Before those, the many QA, typical QA, they just touch the surface. They do not want to go the details. That the struggle he has been facing. And also he mentioned that you just don't get the defensive, the sympathy, right? Understand the reason. Oh, they don't know it. They just their scope is limited. All of this. But one thing you need to remember is focus on what need to be accomplished. Do not focus on who. Remember, in the interview, we tell people how do you avoid the conflict with other teams. We ask this question, right?
Yep.
Remember, the easy answer is I focus on what to be accomplished, not who. The moment
Exactly.
you what, then you are out of ego, out of being arrogant, out of being actually jealous or get angry. Focus on the what need to be done. So you can give the reference. Or probably I will actually set up a meeting with you, then I can show you how our process works. So you're focusing, because if you complain the manager already take you, or you don't know how to work with the team. So do not go to the manager, jump in all this. Work with the team member and then give them coaching. It's a good opportunity for you, right? And so you should coach them so they will be happy. Next time they'll think in different way. I want to give you like some Terraform access so you can see how this kind of things work. So basically, for the QA, he's touching the surface. Of course, the Mahmoudul is not going to tell, but in some point, manager will figure it out. Well, the QA team is not actually adapting how our complex environment is. They are only touching the surface. At the same time, Mahmoudul has the responsibility to coach them, right? If he knows, okay, they are not up to the standard, why not I coach? So he has actually created the evidence. I coach these people so that they are doing it properly and it should be good. And finally, you can ask me the follow-up question, Inshira.